the planks on the ceiling, you notice that there are handprints.
I'm pretty sure there's something beside me right now.
Is that outside or is that something talking upstairs?
I did hear a bump or a tap over there.
It almost sounds like almost like maybe a fingernail tapping on that glass.
Yeah.
And this?
Good evening, I'm Brennan. I'm the director of Ferry Plantation. A little brief history of the Ferry Plantation. It started in 1642 with a ferry service, and we had the main house that was built out on the property, and that was in 1755. Prior to that, we had a small courtroom that was built in 1735, and it was in session until 1751. The main manor house burned down in 1828, and when they collected enough brick from that house after it burned down, and they built the house that we are standing in today, and that was built in 1830. The house that we have is 3 stories. It was built onto the main courtroom that we have, still originally from 1735. The room that we're standing in right now, this would be the best parlor. This is the newest part of the house. It was actually added on in 1850. This room would have been used for 2 different purposes. This would have been a entertaining room because it was the largest room in the house. It also would have been used as a funeral parlor because at that time they did not have places to collect have a lot of family people come over and say their goodbyes, so it was used as the room that they would lay the body out for 3 days and have the family members say their goodbyes for 3 days prior to burying their loved ones. Some of the things that have happened in this room, we've had people come in, be touched. They had coffee cups knocked out of their hands, and some people have seen the cat roaming in the house as well in this room. This is the stairwell leading up to the 3rd floor into the nanny's room and to the nursery. The claim up on these stairs is the nanny that was taking care of the children. One of the children had stepped on the back of her dress and she had fallen down these stairs, and this is where she passed away. Up in this room we had about 18 to 24 children that would have lived up in here at any one time. Because of the type of families that they would have, they would bring all their children here, and the nanny would live on the other side taking care of the children. Okay, where I'm standing right now is right in between. The nanny would have stayed on this side. The nursery is on the other side where all the children would have been. Some of the claims up here, the nanny still today likes to be very protective over the children. She's still taking care of a lot of the children. So after a certain time at night, she likes to make sure that people are away from the area, and she's very watchful over her children. They have gotten a lot of EVPs telling people to stay away, to get out of the nursery, and at one point she gave an EVP saying, "When I don't want anybody in my room, you better stay out of my room." And so that was one of the claims. Sometimes you'll see little kids running across the stairwell. Sometimes you'll actually see the nanny walking back and forth here as well. We're sitting in Henry's room, or formerly it was the indoor female slaves' quarters. Henry later came, and this is where he would stay living for the rest of his days. Some of the claims here is Henry is seen walking down the stairs from the 3rd floor, going all the way down to the 1st floor to stroke the fire in the fireplace on the 1st floor. This used to be the courthouse. When the main manor house burned down, they just added the 3rd, added on to the courthouse. Originally, this would not have been, there would not have been a floor here. They added this on when the main house was built. So as you can see, it's very tight quarters, even for about 11 indoor female slaves up in this area. This is where Henry would have lived out the rest of his days after he was freed, and he had nowhere to go. Some of Henry's pastimes would be to roam the property. He loved to go fishing. Some of the other things that he would do, people of the neighborhood would notice that their patio furniture got moved because they were in line with his path to the Lynnhaven River where he liked to go fishing. And some of the neighbors would catch that on video as well, of their furniture, patio furniture moving without anybody moving it. So we feel that that is Henry moving a lot of that furniture.
Is there anybody in here with us right now? If so, could you do something to let us know you're here? Make some kind of noise, tap, move something.
Do you have any coins?
No, I don't. I know this room was used for sad times, so I can imagine perhaps there are some spirits maybe left over, left behind. Perhaps you died in a tragic way, or you were too young, or you left family members behind that you did not want to say goodbye to.
What's that? What's that bump?
I just heard, did one of y'all move?
There's been going on. There's tapping and shadow.
Let me take this personal handheld.
It almost sounds like almost like a maybe a fingernail tapping on that glass.
Yeah.
Makes tapping noises with us in here. If you're not scared, do it.
What were you seeing in here? Were you hearing something?
I came in here because everyone else was hearing tapping and knocking. And then when I pointed over here by the doorway, I could have sworn in the dining room I saw looked like a shadow pass by real quick. House was friends with Grace Sherwood. Make a noise, please. Anywhere in the house. Very faint, but they were there. Is that outside or is that someone talking upstairs?
Okay, we are back up in the nursery, aka the children's room. And it's just me and Robin up here. We thought perhaps if just the two of us came up here, that we may get some interaction with the children.
Why don't y'all come out and say hi?
Are you afraid the nanny will get upset? Robin is holding a thermometer. We were getting some spikes on it a little bit earlier around the stairway.
What kind of games do y'all like to play?
You know, when I was little, I liked to play jacks. The ball. You ever played that before?
Oh, that's so much fun.
I wasn't very good at it. You had to be really fast. Does Nanny read you bedtime stories before you go to bed? Do you have any favorite stories? We both like children very much. We'd really like it if you came out and said hello. And just sat down and maybe played with us. I'm pretty sure there's something beside me right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Are you sitting beside me? It's okay. I'm just holding up a camera. That's all that this is in my hand. It's nothing that'll hurt you. Yeah, this is Miss Robin's first time here. She's never been to the house before. She'd really like it if you'd say hello to her. Maybe just like go tug on her hair or tap her on her shoulder.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Are you tapping on my camera? Honestly, I don't know if that's the camera making the noise, but I keep hearing it's just the constant tapping, but I don't know if it's the.
He's never done that before.
No. It could be something with the battery though. Who knows? But it's never done it before. Not that I've heard. If that was you tapping on the camera, do it one more time so I know that was you. Just one more time for me. Okay, this is me and Robin again. We've moved over now across the hall to the nanny's room. So Nanny, if you're here, can you talk to us? When did you first come to this house? What year was it? And where did you come from? Did any of your family come with you? Do you like taking care of the children?
How many children do you have to take care of? What do you do if they don't listen to you?
Is there anything in this room that you have an attachment to? That you really like? That you hope no one takes away? You're hearing something across the hall? Children, are you awake across the hall?
Moving in the nursery.
When Robin was sitting there, she said the same thing.
Remember when we were in there, kept hearing tapping earlier. Which nanny is with us? Can you say your name?
That's not what I was hearing in there. What I was hearing, it sounded like
Taps?
like something moving on the carpet. I'm seeing a shadow moving there.
Well, so I noticed earlier, like, I don't know if it's the light from outside, but I saw it get dark, and then I
Yes.
saw it get light. So I don't know if it's a light coming in from outside.
Well, we can always go in there.
But I thought I saw, so the light that I see come in, it looks like it, where it was getting light and dark, looks like it was coming in from the water side window. But it looks like there's like sometimes you'll see like a shadow from
Right.
the other side though.
See how
See, now the light just went dark again. It just went dark in there again. But I don't know if that's from outside.
or someone standing from a window.
Moving around back and forth.
You hear that over there?
That ticking?
Yeah, there's something.
Was that a
Nanny?
giggle? Do y'all hear a giggle? It's
I
like
didn't hear it.
downstairs.
I didn't hear anything.
It's like a short giggle. Ah.